And the race is on. Beach House in the center, Lady in Heels, those two got away quickly, but it is Beach House now going almost a length in front of Lady in Heels. Traverse up from the outside, now takes over third. Smooth Pebble down toward the inside is fourth. The favorite Z First, fifth, and in amongst horses is More Strength, moves up outside of that one. The three at the back early on are Bahamian Moon. Down at the inside are Strong Vows and Translate the trailer, but just 6 lengths front to back as Beach House leads them on that turn. In the second position, Lady in Heels pressing closer now. Traverse just in behind them, More Strength out wide. Z First, the favorite, is in that second flight as 4 of them line up behind the top 2. They come by the quarter pole. Lady in Heels on the outside, pokes a nose in front of Beach House. Lady in Heels takes over at the top of the lane. Z First going to try to follow that move just in behind. Traverse and More Strength out wide. Smooth Pebble trying to get going. Strong Vows. Bahamian Moon's made up some ground as well. 3/16 of a mile left to go. Lady in Heels now Z First coming after her on the outside. And here's Z First coming up after the lead. Lady in Heels back to second. Up the inside is Beach House. Down the far outside, Bahamian Moon with a late run. But Z First and Michael Sanchez going clear late. Z First, the favorite, going to win the opener here by 3.5. Bahamian Moon up for second. Third was Lady in Heels, and fourth looked like Traverse. And the race is on. A bit of a slow start for Super Not Coca as well as Katinga. Good start for the Myth. In between horses, Dublé is showing good early speed. Those two quickest with Yada down toward the inside. And Mo Fox Given attending the early proceedings from third. As they go by the wire the first time, it is the Myth just in front of Dublé in second. Those two square off as they run to that turn. They've opened up 2.5, now almost 3 to Yada and Mo Fox Given, who are content to track third and fourth. In behind that, Beyond Oscar in the pink colors is fifth and about 5.5 off the speed. To that one's outside goes the gray Liam's Message in sixth. It's 2.5 more then. Back to Kotinga, who's seventh. Another 3 back to Spirit in the Mist. And at the back early on is Super Not Coca. They work their way onto the back stretch. 23-3 for that opening quarter mile. And up front, the Myth in front. The Myth now 2.5 in front of Dublé, who's back in second. Mo Fox Given travels nicely in third. Down toward the inside, Yada is fourth, about 4 off the speed. Liam's Message, Beyond Oscar. They continue to move as a team as they get closer to this leader up front. Length and a half more back to Super Not Coca. And down on the inside, Katinga. And now dropping out last is Spirit in the Mist. Opening half in 48 and 4/5 seconds. The Myth takes him into that far turn. Mo Fox Given now just a half length back and pressing closer on the outside. Dublé dropped right back into Yada, who had to wait there as Liam's Message gets the jump on that one. Super Not Coca starting to rev the engines from the back, is up to about fifth now on the outside, but is gaining. Mo Fox Given takes over at the top of the stretch. The Myth quickly a length back in second. Right outside of that one's Liam's Message. It's 2 more lengths back to Super Not Coca, who continues to rally down the far outside. Final furlong left to go. Mo Fox Given. The lead is 2. Liam's Message getting a little bit closer. Super Not Coca down the outside. It's Mo Fox Given who has to make another 16th of a mile. Super Not Coca between horses, Liam's Message, but Mo Fox Given and Colby Hernandez just keep on going. Mo Fox Given going to win it here by 3.5 in the end. Second was close. I think Liam's Message held off Super Not Coca. Yada got going to photo there for fourth with Beyond Oscar. And the race is on. Heavenly Appointed got away well down toward the inside. Between horses, Determined First is right there. Haint Blue up from the far outside, and Heckled going to tuck just in behind them in fourth. It is Heavenly Appointed and Determined First. Those are the 2 1-2 by the wire. Haint Blue is third. Working over to the inside, Florent Giroux takes Heckled down to the fence. Also advances. A spot is now up to third. Biloxi Blues, the gray, came away fifth in the early going, about 4 off the early tempo. It's 2 more back to Lady Claypool. Another 2.5 after that. Back to Passion for Quality and Friendship Road as they go on that first turn. And it's Heavenly Appointed leader. John Velasquez and Heavenly Appointed a half length in front of Determined First, a tugging Willing second. Down on the inside, Heckled continues that inside trip just 2 lengths off the top. They got the opening quarter mile in 24 seconds flat. They spin onto the back stretch. Heavenly Appointed, the lead is down to just a neck now. Breathing down, that one's neck is Determined First and second. Down to the inside, Heckled. Haint Blue is fourth. 2 more back to the gray. Biloxi Blues, who travels fifth, about 5.5 off the speed. Lady Claypool stays to her inside in sixth. It's another 2.5 then back to that pair at the back, Friendship Road and Passion for Quality. 49-2, the time for the opening half mile. As they go toward that far turn, up on the front end, Heavenly Appointed, pressured throughout by Determined First. Determined First a half length back. Heavenly Appointed trying to kick clear now. Heavenly Appointed 3/4 in front. Determined First comes right back though. These two midway on the turn. Heckled's been waiting in the wings, just in behind third. Just got a tap on the shoulder to go after these top 2. Heavenly Appointed to the top of the stretch. Determined First continues to hound from second. Now Heckled swings into gear on the outside. Trying to launch a bit is Haint Blue. Biloxi Blues the gray going to follow the move of Heckled. Heckled coming after Heavenly Appointed. 3/16 of a mile left to go, and Heckled goes to the front. Heavenly Appointed. Biloxi Blues right down the outside, and up the inside, Lady Claypool not without a chance. 16th pole. Heckled is in front. Down the outside, Biloxi Blues. Lady Claypool down on the inside. It's Heckled. Here's Biloxi Blues on the outside. They drive to the wire. Here it is, Biloxi Blues. Up in time at 12-1. Heckled second. Third, Lady Claypool long way back to Heavenly Appointed, then Haint Blue. And the race is on. Vintage Year broke beautifully from the outside and coasts right out to the early advantage. Elon trying to work over as well. In tight there, Young, Dumb, and Broke as Utah Beach moves up down toward the fence. Integration, the favorite, was out fourth as they come by the wire for the first time. And Elon going to join Vintage Year up on the front end. And those two now go into that first turn. 2 lengths ahead of Utah Beach. Integration settles down nicely, a joint third. It's about 4 or 5 more lengths, and back to Young, Dumb, and Broke, who's back in the 5th spot. Down to that one's inside comes King Covey. And at the back early on is Valentine C. Very strung out group of 7 here is up front. Elon goes quickly, 23 and 2/5 seconds as they go onto the back stretch. Elon has opened up a 5-length advantage. Vintage Year under a good hold in that second position. Integration travels nicely. The favorite is third and about 6.5 adrift. It's another length then back to Utah Beach. Then another space of 4 or 5 back to Young, Dumb, and Broke. That one's inside goes King Covey, and another 4 or 5 to Valentine C. Got to be 16 or 17 front to back. Elon through an opening half mile in 47 and 2/5 seconds. Takes him to the far turn. It's Elon in front, 3.5 now. Getting a little bit closer is Vintage Year from the second position. Integration is third, still 4 adrift. Down to that one's inside. Utah Beach is traveling pretty decently. Young, Dumb, and Broke trying to wind up. Elon's come back to the field. The lead is now just a length to Vintage Year. Integration looms up on the outside. Here comes Integration moving up after the new leader, who is Vintage Year. Vintage Year into the stretch, but that lead is short-lived here. Integration on the outside, right up alongside. Here's Integration to Poconos in front. Vintage Year back to second. 2.5 more back to Utah Beach. Elon still plugging away toward the inside, but a final 16th to go. And Integration, Tyler Gaffleone are headed for home. It's Integration now by 4 lengths. Utah Beach up into second. Integration strides out nicely to win it by 6. Utah Beach second, third. Vintage Year at fourth was Elon. And the race is on. Good start in the center. Jolly by Golly showing good speed. Down toward the inside, Grail is close up. Talaga Bay also handy as they come by us for the first time. With 1 circuit remaining, it's going to be Grail and Brian Hernandez Jr. to take over the lead. Jolly by Golly is second. To that one's outside. Smart Striker is third. Talaga Bay settles down fourth toward the fence. Working over, Anamnestic gets over to about the 3 path from 5th. Then comes Winston Wolf in 6th. On that one's outside, Carinade is 7th. Down along the inside, Dynamast is 8th. Small Field is 9th. Down along the fence comes 7 Bridges Road. It's 2 more then back to Kazan, who is 11th and trailing. The 11 of them only covered by about 8 or 9 lengths, though, as they work their way onto the back stretch. 23 and 4/5 seconds. That long backstretch run ahead of them now, and up on the front end, it's Grail leading them. Grail by a length to Jolly by Golly in second. It's a space of a length and 3/4 then back to Talaga Bay, who's up a spot. Smart Striker now back 4th. A length and a half after that to Winston Wolf. And Anamnestic, they race as a team in 5th and 6th. They're a length in front then of Carinade, who's between runners. Small Field advancing a touch to the outside. Dynamast stays toward the fence. 7 Bridges Road still with 1 beat, and that is Kazan, who's at the back. The opening half in 48 and 1/5 seconds. They take their run into that far turn. Grail, the leader, just half a length now. Jolly by Golly getting a bit closer from second as Talaga Bay continues on third. Here's Anamnestic with a wide move. Smart Striker going to try to go with that one. And those two come up to join the top 2 as 4 of them right across the track. Small Field and Carinade are both starting to run on from the back as well. The picture changes at the top of the stretch. Anamnestic and Smart Striker, those are the 2 that now go on. Just in behind them, Carinade swings 4 wide. 5 wide for Small Field in the yellow colors, who's on the march. Up the inside, Jolly by Golly. In behind horses, Talaga Bay just had to tap on the brakes. They have a final furlong left to go. Carinade, Smart Striker between horses, Anamnestic. Those 3 across the track. Talaga Bay finally shakes loose down the outside. Kazan and 7 Bridges Road. Carinade hits the front with a 16th to go, though, and it's Carinade. Carinade going to go on to win it here by 2 in the end. Second was very close. It might have been Small Field between runners, but 7 Bridges Road, Talaga Bay, those 3 were right across the track, second, third, and fourth. And the race is on. Ocean City in the center got away well, as did Street Copper toward the outside. Those two are quickest here in the early going. Moving up between horses, No One to Blame now takes over third. From the outside, Glider is a joint fourth, along with Alex June down at the fence. It's a length and a half more than back to February Sun. Wow, What a Summer settles into that one's outside back second last. And it's three more back to the favorite, Fort Washington, who is the trailer, eighth and last, as they have just over 5.5 furlongs remaining in their journey. Up on the front end, it's Ocean City, the leader. Street Copper a length back in second. They're 2 lengths clear now of No One to Blame, who's all alone in a good spot in third. 24-1 for the opening quarter mile as Ocean City takes them on to the back stretch. Street Copper lugging out there a little bit was the number 7 Street Copper. Lost a couple of lengths there, but is back into the bit now in second. No One to Blame third. Wow, What a Summer starts to make a mid-back stretch move, is up to fourth. Then comes Alex June and Glider. They're fifth and sixth. They're 2 lengths clear of Fort Washington, who starts to move up on the outside of February Sun. 3.5 furlongs from the money off an opening half in 48 2/5 seconds. Ocean City ambles on. It's Ocean City there by a length and a half to Street Copper. No One to Blame down on the inside. Glider looking for a seam. Wow, What a Summer, going to be 4 wide, but is progressing up on the far outside. Ocean City past the 5/16. The lead still a length. Street Copper on the outside. No One to Blame. Here's No One to Blame up to second now, coming after Ocean City, who's under siege. Up on the outside, No One to Blame coming after Ocean City. Street Copper between horses. Wow, What a Summer tries to follow that move. Glider. Fort Washington still has to make up 6 or 7 in the final 3/16 of a mile. It's No One to Blame and Horacio Caramonos, a narrow leader. Street Copper battles on. Glider now sees daylight. Fort Washington down the outside. Alex June is putting in a bid as well. Here's Glider. Fort Washington right down the outside might be the main danger, and Alex June. Glider hits the front late. Fort Washington on the outside. Glider to win it. Second ended up very close there. It was a good battle. No One to Blame kept battling on. Fort Washington in a photo second. Third. Fourth looked like Alex June. And the race is on in the Housebuster Overnight Handicap. Bouncer bounced away and goes right to the front. Up from the outside, Frosted Departure is close up. Those two 1-2 as O'Connor Sunset had to tap on the brakes. There was passed by Free Soul. And at the back is Top Recruit. 3 of them in a line there in behind the top 2. It's Bouncer and Frosted Departure. Those 2 lead them up the back stretch. They're clear by 2 now to Top Recruit out wide. Free Soul between horses, and down on the inside, O'Connor Sunset. They head past the 5/8 pole, and up on the front end, it's Bouncer, pressed by Frosted Departure. 21-4 for a quick opening quarter mile. Bouncer goes past the half-mile pole, a half length to the good. A Frosted Departure, who now sidles up right alongside, draws within a neck. O'Connor Sunset stays toward the inside. Free Soul between them, and Top Recruit on the outside, but they've stayed pretty much in the same order, these top 2 and then 3 at the back. Bouncer comes past the 5/16 pole, just a narrow leader. Frosted Departure draws within a neck on the outside. They're now 3 clear of Top Recruit. O'Connor Sunset and Free Soul, those 3 still in a line, but these top 2 continue to battle up front. Bouncer and Frosted Departure by the 3/16 pole. They've got 4 lengths ahead now of Top Recruit, who's up to a clear third. Down toward the inside, O'Connor Sunset and Free Soul. A battle at the furlong grounds. Bouncer and Frosted Departure, they continue at one another to the 16th pole now. Frosted Departure on the outside. Bouncer on the inside. 70 yards left to go. It's Bouncer just in front. Frosted Departure, Bouncer, and Antonio Gallardo to win the Housebuster. Frosted Departure was second. Top Recruit third. Fourth looked like Free Soul over O'Connor Sunset. And the race is on in the Secretariat Stakes. Silver Knot was away just a half step slow. Mustache going out for the early advantage. Major Dude up from the outside is forwardly placed, as is Northern Invader right between horses. Those 3 vying for the early advantage. Silver Knot now moves up a touch toward the inside to take over fourth. Nagarotic is 5th in the early going. It's 2 more back to Gigante, who's the early trailer. But up on the front end, it's Mustache who leads them. Mustache by just over a length to Major Dude in that second position. Silver Knot is third. Northern Invader had to tap on the brakes momentarily there from 4th as they work their way onto the back stretch. Nagaroc is 5th, about 4.5 off the speed, and still at the back, Gigante. 23-3 the time for the opening quarter mile. Mustache takes him down the back stretch a half length in front of Major Dude in second. It's a length more to Silver Knot. Northern Invader, they run as a team third and fourth. Nagaroc is after that with Gigante still at the back, still about 5 lengths cover them as they have 3 furlongs left to go in the Secretariat Stakes. It's Mustache the leader. Mustache just in front by a neck. Major Dude traveling nicely, moves up a little bit closer now. Here's Northern Invader starting to launch his bid on the outside. He's up to third. Silver Knot's in behind horses. Gigante starts to move. Here's Gigante on the outside. Nagaroc now shuffled back to last. Major Dude makes the lead at the top of the stretch. Mustache toward the inside, still battling on. Northern Invader, Gigante continues on. Silver Knot going to need a way through as they come past the furlong pole. Major Dude the leader. Here's Gigante on the outside. Loose down the outside. Here's Nagaroc starting to roll. Gigante comes up to a narrow advantage. Nagarok down the outside. Major Dude still battling on. Gigante looking to pull the upset down the outside. Nagarok. Gigante just in front. Nagarok trying to wear him down. Gigante still there. Gigante held on. Gigante got the win. Nagarok was second. Photo finished for third there between Major Dude, Silver Knot. Northern Vader was just after that. And the race is on in the Beverly D Stakes. Good start from the inside for Fev Rover, who goes right to the front at once. Gina Romantica right up alongside her. So the two favorites are 1-2 here early going. Jan's Girl to the inside of Gina Romantica now puts a nose into that second spot. And Jan's Girl going to come all the way up to challenge Fev Rover as they go by us with one circuit remaining, just over a mile left to go. Fev Rover is the leader. Jan's Girl out in second. Gina Romantica is third. Romagna Mia moves up to her inside from fourth, and Maison Sen going to be the trailer as they run into that first of two sweeping Colonial Downs turns. Fev Rover, an easy lead here, just leads it by over a length to the gray Jan's Girl in second. Romagna Mia is third. Length and a half more back to Gina Romantica. Nothing yet from Maison Sen, who's fifth and last, after an opening quarter mile and a pretty tepid 25 seconds flat. So they make their way out of the back stretch. 5.5 furlongs left to go in the Beverly D. Fev Rover slows it right down here. Jan's Girl on hold there from second. Romagna Mia out in the clear in third is Gina Romantica. Down toward the inside fourth, 2.5 off the speed. It's another two then back to Maison Sen, who continues the trailing position. They have just over a half mile left to go in their journey, 50 seconds flat, so everything's gone the way of Fev Rover and Javier Castellano, who take him to the far turn 3/4 of a length in front of Jan's Girl. Romagna Mia gearing up 3 deep. Gina Romantica going to stay toward the fence, try to follow the favorite down along the rail. Length and a half more back to Maison Sen. Fev Rover now has to go a little more, leads at 3/4 to Romagna Mia. Jan's Girl drops out, passed by Gina Romantica down on the inside. Maison Sen going to take the inside path as well. Around to the top of the stretch, Fev Rover is the leader, maintaining that 3/4 length advantage. Romagna Mia, Gina Romantica trying to squeeze through down along the inside. They have 3/16 of a mile left to go. Fev Rover, Gina Romantica trying to get through down on the inside. It's just too tight, though. I don't think it'll come to the outside. Fev Rover shifts over to the rail. Gina Romantica switches to the outside. 2 more back to Romagna Mia. Fev Rover just keeps on going, though. Fev Rover, Javier Castellano, another big one. And Fev Rover going to win it by 3.5 in the end. Gina Romantica was second. Third went to Romagna Mia. Fourth, Maison Sen. And the race is on in the Arlington Million. A Tone wastes no time, goes right out to the front at once. Down toward the inside, Strong Tide was out well. Here's Strong Quality coming up, and Strong Quality wants the lead. A Tone going to yield to Strong Quality in the early going. Masterpiece just in behind them with Catnip. Centene trying to work over from out wide. Rock Emperor's right there in the mix, down toward the inside of Strong Tide. After that comes Win for the Money, who's racing back in 8th. It's a length and a half more. Back to Never Explain in 9th. Adamo with 1 beat early on, and that's the late running Set Piece, who's at the back. They have just over 7 furlongs to go. Strong Quality and Javier Castellano to set the pace. Strong Quality takes him into that first turn, in front by a length and a half. Santine up on the outside. A Tone stays down toward the fence in third. Between horses is Masterpiece. Moving out wide, Catnip is racing along in 5th. It's a length and a half more then. Back to Rock Emperor. Win for the Money is back in the 7th position. Strong Tide to that one's inside in 8th. Length more back to Never Explain, who's 9th. Spots the leaders about 10 or 11. Another 3 back to Adamo, and nothing yet from Set Piece. As they head down the back stretch in the Arlington Million, it's been all Strong Quality thus far. Strong Quality leads it by a length. Last year's defending champ, Santine, is right there in second. Down along the inside of Tone, pushed along to go after the top runners from third. Masterpiece in and amongst horses. Catnip going to be a wide journey today. Is out 3 deep as they go into that far turn. Rock Emperor is starting to move. Win for the Money is right alongside that one. Never Explain starting to get going out 3 deep as they wind around the far turn. Strong Quality still the one to catch. Strong Quality to the quarter pole length in front of Santine. Masterpiece looks up on the outside, starts to make his move. Here comes the gray Masterpiece. Trying to follow that move is Catnip, and down the far outside, Adamo is let loose down the crown of the track. They still got to come get Strong Quality, who leads them. Strong Quality into the stretch. Santine is running a big one. Here comes Set Piece, who was last early on. Set Piece rolling by everybody. Set Piece on the outside hits the front. Santine back to second along with Adamo. It's Set Piece and Florent Giroux. They catapulted past rivals. Set Piece going to win Virginia's Maiden Million. Set Piece by 2. Santine was second. Looked like Adamo got third and Never Explained fourth. And the race is on. Good start toward the inside for Compass Fire, who heads out for the early advantage. Up from the outside, This Name Is Okay, and Tequilera right in between them. It's going to be This Name Is Okay, Tequilera, and Compass Fire. Those three right across the track as they go by the wire the first time around. Two more back to Watch This Birdie, who gets a perfect trip in behind the embattled trio up front. It's a break of 2.5 more then. Back to Winter Princess. Pretty Keen's down toward the fence, running along in 6th. It's a break of 2.5 or 3 lengths more then. Back to Funny Enough. Right to that one's outside goes Fish Mooney. Length more back to Galilei, who's third last. The two at the back are Cha-Cha Mission and Up to Something. Got that opening quarter in 23 1/5 seconds. They spin on to the back stretch, and it's Tequilera who now emerges clear. Tequilera in front, 2.25 lengths now. To This Name Is Okay in second. Compass Fire back to third. Watch This Birdie continues to travel well in fourth. Right to that one's outside. Winter Princess tries to follow that runner. Right to that one's inside. Pretty Keen. It's then a break of 3.5 more. Back to Funny Enough. Galilei's on the move. Here's Galilei in the orange colors down toward the inside, starting to move up a touch. Fish Mooney drops back a touch. Cha-Cha Mission, and still at the back Up to Something. 47-1 for the opening half. Tequilera. Now This Name Is Okay. Coming back for more on the outside. Draws within the length. Watch This Birdie has had the run of the race. Is third right now. Still 3 behind the top 2, but gaining closer as they come toward the top of the stretch. This Name Is Okay now goes to the front. Tequilera quickly back to second. Watch This Birdie. Third on the outside. Going to swing toward the outside. Winter Princess down along the inside is Pretty Keen as they have just over a furlong left to go. This Name Is Okay just in front. Watch This Birdie. Galilei and Winter Princess both making up ground down toward the outside. Final 16th to go. This Name Is Okay by the 16th pole. Clear by 2 to Watch This Birdie. This Name Is Okay, and Joe Rocco Jr. going to go on to win it here. Watch This Birdie was second. Third looked like Galilei over Pretty Keen.